All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there, pushing this word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line goes back to you being the so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Hey, Shalom. It's your brother Halakia from the GMS Denver camp coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And in this lesson, man, I'm going to tackle a topic that came up yesterday at camp, where you had this Christian, you see, excuse me, you had this Christian come to the camp with a complete lack of understanding of the scriptures, man, trying to force that Christian dogma on us, you know, as our enemies have done, as we've been here in Babylon the Great. So the Christian asked, you see, in his lack of understanding what the gospel was, and we broke it down to him. The gospel pertains to the Israelites. The good news is for the Israelites, letting us know that what? The Most High is going to do everything that he's promised unto our forefathers for us, as we find written in prophecy. But the Christian couldn't get it. And as they do, they jump to the Apostle Paul with no understanding and try to use that to validate try to use that to validate their lack of understanding in this Christian dogma they have, you see. Now, we broke it down to him plainly. So what I'm going to do is, for all you Christians out there who love to jump to the New Testament thinking that it applies to you, you see that it's for everybody. And it's going to be, I'm probably going to do a couple parts to this because it's a few things that we can pull out of this to get more edification on, you see. And the proper understanding of what the scriptures are actually talking about. So this part is going to be addressing who the saints are. You see, as we find written about all throughout the scriptures, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to jump to 1 Corinthians 1:1, right? Because you Christians love to jump to the Apostle Paul's letters with a complete lack of understanding to try to use it to justify the things that you believe in, and you're taking everything out of complete context. That's just the truth of it. Because when you read in 1 Corinthians, we're going to read a couple verses. It says what? 1 Corinthians 1:1. Paul, called to be an apostle of Yahweh Shai Mashiach through the will of the Most High, and to Sosthenes, our brother, unto the church of the Most High, which is at Corinth, to them that are sanctified in Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, called to be saints, with all them in every place. With all that in every place call upon the name Yahweh Shai Mashiach, our Lord, both theirs and ours. So you have to have the proper understanding of what the word saint means, or who the saints are. We asked this man, this Christian, with his lack of understanding, who the saints are. Anybody believe in Jesus Christ? No, that's not what it is. No, you're wrong. A saint is not anyone that just believes in Jesus Christ. The scriptures clearly lay out to you who the saints are. Because he tried to say, I said, who are the saints? He said, Jesus. Huh? I said, it says saints with an S, it's plural. Who are the saints? Anybody that believes in Jesus Christ. No, that's not what it is. Now let's show you who the saints are as it is written. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to Psalms 50 and 5. And this is just going to be a basic lesson. But it's a lot of understanding that can be drawn, you see, from this. You see, and the error of the Christians and their lack of understanding. We can use this to, like I said, I can get at least 3 or 4 videos just out of that small interaction we had at camp yesterday, man. But Now, who are the saints according to the Bible? Because the Most High lays all these things out for you. It's not Jesus. Yes, so-called Jesus, whose true name is Yahweh Shai, he is a saint. And he's a saint because he's a part of the bloodline that the Most High is dealing with. Because when you read right here in Psalms 50 and 5, it says, gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Now I asked them, who are those people who made a covenant with the Most High by sacrifice? Couldn't get an answer. You see? Who are the Most High's people? Who are the people that made a covenant with the Most High by way of sacrifice? It's written in the scriptures. When you jump to Exodus 24 and start at verse 3, it says what? And Moses came and told the people all the words of Yahweh and all the judgments, and all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which Yahweh has said, we will do. Right? So this is us in the wilderness vowing with our mouths that everything the Most High has told Moses, we're going to do it. You see? This is us being brought into that second covenant. You see, with the Most High, mediated by our forefather Moses. It goes on to say, and Moses wrote all the words of Yahweh and rose up early in the morning and built an altar under the hill and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. You see that? Right? 5. And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen unto Yahweh. That's who the saints are. You see? That ordinance was only given to the Israelites. That's who the saints are. That's who the Apostle Paul is talking to in his letters. That's who they're addressed to. To the saints at Corinth. You see? To the saints at Ephesus. Or the saints at Philippi. Those are Israelites who have been scattered. You see? And was raised up in all these different lands in a Gentile way of thinking. Not having an understanding of the ways of their forefathers. You see? Which are Israelites. Because what? Their parents didn't bring them up in that way. So they were raised up thinking that they were Gentiles, worshiping the gods that they were raised up amongst, practicing the customs of the people they were raised up amongst. This is why the Apostle Paul went on his ministry trips, you see, and was preaching the gospel in all those different areas, because he was preaching to the saints who had been scattered abroad, who had been raised up in the Gentile mindset. That's why he says what? Called to be saints, because they're Israelites. There are no actual heathen nations a part of this. And we was telling the guy that, and he started to get flustered, and and as the Christians do, they jumped to John 3:16. We knew where he was going. We knew the move he was going to make before he even made it. It all led back to him going to John 3:16, thinking that it means for all people. No, man. That's not it. These letters were addressed to Israelites who had been scattered amongst these different in these different lands, raised up generation after generation after generation after generation in the ways of the heathen, and it had to be brought back into remembrance, you see, of who they truly were. That's what the Apostle Paul was doing. You see? But let's go on. Verse 6 says what? And Moses took half the blood and put it in basins, and half the blood he sprinkled on the altar. And he took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people, and they said, all that Yahweh have said we will do, and be obedient. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, behold, the blood of the covenant which Yahweh have made with you concerning all these words. There it is. That's who the saints are. Those who have made a covenant with the Most High by way of sacrifice. They're Israelites. You see, that's who's called to be saints. It wasn't talking about the heathen nations, man. It wasn't talking about the actual Gentiles. It was talking about those who are called to be saints. Let's go back to 1 Corinthians. It says what? Unto the church, 1 Corinthians 1 and 2. Unto the church of the Most High, which is at Corinth, which is a city in Greece. You see? It says what? To them that are sanctified in Mashiach Yahushua, called to be saints. You see that? They're Israelites who was raised up in the city of Corinth, practicing the customs of the heathen, worshiping the false gods of the heathen nations, of the Greeks, and they had to be brought back into remembrance of who they truly were. That's what the Apostle Paul was doing when he was going on those ministry trips. Preaching the gospel to the Israelites who had been scattered abroad according to the curse, which they fell under by breaking that covenant that the Most High made with them. You see, being punished for their disobedience because of the first covenant they broke. Because they broke the first covenant that the Most High made with them. That's what it's talking about, man. That's who the saints are. You have to have this basic understanding so you can understand these letters that the Apostle Paul has written, man. And know that they're not addressed to all people. They're addressed to those who are called to be saints. And who are the saints? Those who have made a covenant with the Most High by way of sacrifice. And who have made a covenant with the Most High by way of sacrifice? The Israelites. The Israelites, man. The seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's who the gospel is being preached to, because the gospel is for them. The good news is for them. Letting us know that the Most High is going to do all the things that he's promised to do. You see? He's going to keep the promise and the oath that he made unto our forefathers. So leave off from that Gentile way of thinking and come back into the true understanding of who you really are. You see, come back to your power through faith in his son, Yahushua. That's what the Apostle Paul was teaching. And it doesn't apply for all people. It's only for the Israelites. You see? Let's get another one. Let's get Psalms. What is it, 149? No. It's 148, I think. Yep. Psalms 148 and 13, it says what? Let them praise the name of Yahweh, for his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and heaven. He also exalteth the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You see that? That's who the saints are. Once again, that's who the Apostle Paul was writing those letters to, those epistles, to the Israelites, the Most High's people, who had been living in these foreign lands for generations on end, raised up in the customs of the heathen. They had to be brought back into remembrance, man. You see? Let me see what else we got. Because I know it's another one. Look at that. Ephesians. This is a letter addressed to the Israelites who are living in Ephesus. It says what? Paul, an apostle of Yahushua Mashiach by the will of the Most High, to the saints which are at Ephesus and the faithful in Mashiach Yahushua. Once again, who are the saints? The Israelites, a people near unto the Most High by way of what? The covenant that the Most High made with them by way of sacrifice. You see, going back to the oath and the promise the Most High made unto their forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's who the saints are, man. You see? Philippians 1:1. Paul and Timotheus, the servants of Yahushua Mashiach, to all the saints in Mashiach Yahushua, which are at Philippi, with the bishops and deacons. Once again, the saints are who? The Israelites, man. That's who the Apostle Paul's letters were written to. This is where you get a Jew nor Greek from. Because you had the saints raised up in the Greekish fashion, conducting themselves as Greek. That's what a lot of them thought they were, because that's what they were raised up in. You have to understand the history of what was going on during the time of the Maccabees, man. You see the Greek Hellenization of the Israelites. You see? You see? That's it. That's who the saints are, Israelites, man, as it is laid out in the scriptures. Matter of fact, let's see what this word for saints go into. Most holy thing, bruh. Most holy thing, a saint. What? Hold up. Deuteronomy 7:6 says what? For thou art an holy people. For thou art an holy people. Who is this addressed to? Who is the Most High speaking to here? The Israelites. The Most High says they are holy people, making them what? Saints. A most holy thing. The most holy people on the planet are the Israelites, the saints of the Most High. Those who have made a covenant with the Most High by way of sacrifice. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. And this is why the Most High sent his servants out to those different regions to preach the gospel, so his special people could what? Be brought back into remembrance, to be brought back unto him by way of faith in his son Yahushua, so he can fulfill all the promises he made unto our forefathers. You see? That's what the gospel is. And it's being preached to who? It's being taught to who? The saints, the Most High's holy people, which are who? Israelites, those who have made a covenant with the Most High by way of sacrifice. And the only nation that has done that is the nation of Israel. You see? Come on, man. Exodus 19:5, it says what? Therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant. And they always try to come at it. Well, the Israelites didn't keep the covenant. Oh, duh. Duh. We're telling you this. Did we keep the fullness of that first covenant? No, we did not. And guess what? The Most High punished us by putting us up under the curses. And everything that you find written in those curses, we've suffered through it. Being scattered, being a proverb, being a byword, being a reproach, being an astonishment, having to go to the enemy for the one of all things, being scattered all throughout the planet Earth amongst all these heathen nations, being raised up in their customs, eating their diet, worshiping their gods. We've suffered all these curses because of our disobedience. But according to the Most High's will, according to what he's told us through the mouth of the prophets, he's going to take us from the curse to bring us into a second covenant, which is only for Israel, and it's going to be what? Mediated by our Lord, Yahushua, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. That's the gospel. The Most High saving his people from wherever they're scattered to and bringing them back unto him in the fullness of it through his son, Yahushua, to fulfill the promises and the oath that he made unto our forefather, Abraham. Good Lord. Exodus 19:5 says what? Now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. And who did the Most High tell this to? Did he tell this to all people? No. The only nation that he brought into the covenant, the first covenant, and the only nation he's going to bring into the second covenant is the nation of Israel, as it is written. What the fuck are you Christians reading? You see? It says what? Verse 6, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. You shall be a kingdom of priests. Who's the priesthood given to? The Israelites. First in the form of what? The Levitical priesthood, where only the Levites were priests. But now, under the order of Melchizedek, every man of Israel is going to become a priest unto the Most High God Yahweh. You see? So we can do what? So we can teach the nations righteousness, as it lays out for you in prophecy. Good Lord. What the fuck are you Christians reading, man? The lack of comprehension amongst the fucking believers of Christianity is astounding. You motherfuckers are idiots, man. Leave our book alone and back away. This is not for all people. It's nowhere in the scriptures where the Most High tells you he loves all people. He tells you that he hates the heathen nations. He tells you that he only loves the Israelites. And it's laid out for you by your beloved Apostle Paul in his writings that all these things pertain to the Israelites. You see? You've been believing in the lie in the form of this bullshit pagan plantation Christianity for all this time, and now the truth is being revealed unto you, and you're hurt. Because the nigga, he got, because it was an Edomite dude, he got mad, got hurt, started getting angry. Because we embarrassed him, man. You see? And guess what he ran to? You see? His little so-called Trump card. He ran to John 3:16 real quick like they do. Because that's all they got. And you're using that out of context as well. And we'll go into that in another video. But it says what? Hey, call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. You see? Call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. This is Exodus 19:6. It says, "And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel." A kingdom of priests and a holy nation. So a kingdom of saints. You see, the most holy thing, you see. Matter of fact, let's get his word for holy. Salakia, man. Oh my God. It ain't shit you Christians can do with us, man. It ain't shit you can do with us, man. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushua the water for bestowing the Holy Spirit upon us and to give us the understanding that we have, the proper understanding of these scriptures. It ain't shit you Christians can do with us no more, man. That bullshit that you've been spewing, that you've taught us, that you've cultivated us in, hey, we're leaving off from that madness, man. Because it's not right. You see, it's a false doctrine, and it doesn't add up to what the scriptures say. Now, the word holy goes into what? Quadash. You see? And it says what? Sacred, holy, holy one, saint. Come on, man. Set apart. Come on, man. Come on, man. Saint. Which are who? The children of Israel. A holy nation. That word holy goes into Quadash, which goes into saint, being set apart, being sacred. And he told this to who? The children of Israel. So those saints that those letters were written to in the New Testament, those are written to who? The Israelites. The saints who had been scattered abroad, raised up and cultivated in the ways of the heathen. They were being brought back into remembrance, just like the Most High told you he would do in prophecy through the mouth of the prophets, man. That's what it is. That's what it is. You Christians are fucking done, man. Leave us alone. You see? Go believe in your bullshit over there in the far, deepest, darkest corner you can find and leave us the fuck alone. We don't want to hear it no more. You don't got it. You don't have it. Your doctrine is bullshit and it's full of holes. It doesn't add up to what's written. You see? It doesn't add up to what the Most High has spoken. You see? Like, so with that, man, I'm going to end it by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah created us to do. Before I close it out, the Lord just sent me another one. Look at this. Look at this here. This is Revelation chapter 5. Right? This is Revelation chapter 5. Where is it? Huh. Now listen. Revelation 5 and 6. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne, and of the four beasts, and in the midst of the elders stood a lamb, as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of the Most High sent forth into all the earth. So what the Apostle John is seeing is what? The Lord Yahweh Shai, after he was crucified. You see, in the heavens, you see, he's seeing this. Now it says what? And he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. So Yahushua went and took the book out of the hand of the Most High God Yahweh. You see? And verse 8 says what? And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of the saints. Which are the prayers of the saints. Now we got the understanding of who the saints are. Who are the saints? The Israelites. So the only prayers that have been heard in the heavens are the prayers of the saints of the Most High God, Yahweh, which are the Israelites, and it begins with the remnant, that those who the Most High set up to return unto him first and foremost. So the only prayers that are making it up into heaven are the prayers of the remnant of the saints, which are the Israelites. Nobody else's prayers are being heard. You false pagan Christians, your prayers ain't being heard. You Roman Catholics, your prayers are not being heard. You see? The Most High is only dealing with his people that are repenting and turning back unto him. Those are the only prayers that are being lifted up into the heavens. You see that? The saints. And it goes on to say, verse 9, and they sung a new song saying, thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, so we can have the understanding that we have now that these Christians can't do shit with. You see? You see? This is done by our Lord Yahushua. This is why we can flow through these scriptures with the proper understanding the way we do. You see? Because this was fulfilled right here. It says what? For thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to our God by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. You see that? Now, when we get this word for kindred, it goes into what? And it shows you who Yahushua came to redeem. He came to redeem the saints, as it is written in prophecy. You see? The word for kindred goes into what? Fule.
Strong's G 5443. Fule. Fule.
Right? It says a tribe in the New Testament, all the persons descended from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. You see that? And why were they redeemed by his blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation? Because we had been scattered according to the curse. This is why the Apostle Paul went on those different ministry trips, preaching the word to the Israelites who had been scattered abroad. You see, into every kindred and tongue and people and nation. And to prove that it's talking about the Israelites, verse 10 says what? And has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. Who was that said to? Did we not just get that earlier? Can you recall who was that said to? Let's do a cross reference, because it's going to take you right back to what we read earlier in Exodus 19:6. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. Shalom.